What up, Fight World? It's the kid. Ego. We gonna have some fun with this boxing, man. We working. Please believe that. Yo, Anthony, I see you. We working. Well, some of y'all jerking. I'm waiting for y'all to join so we can enjoy the festivities. Talk a little of this good gospel on the real side. The Boxingego side. Hi from Italy. Shout out to Italy. I would love to travel to Italy. But all that stuff could be in the cards in the future. Reading the title. What's good? Chin Smoke. Fort Worth, Texas. Prayers to people out in Houston. Ego, stay working. You know this. I need y'all to clap. We just got our first block. Blocked. Your ass is blocked. Now, the rest of us can go on. Anybody else? Okay. New Braunfels, Texas. Where's that at? Oh, obviously in Texas, but I mean where? We blocked them. That's how we do, man. You on that little kid shit, get blocked. The haters come quick. You already know that. The haters be some of the bigger fans. Shout out to Chicago. Haters be the quickest ones to comment. I do a video. Shut the fuck up. Like, damn, I just uploaded that 30 seconds ago. It's like they just be waiting by the computer. When this bitch Ego gonna post something? And I posted. Shut the fuck up. Okay. Now your ass is blocked. The whiskey was good. It went down smooth. Just had a little sip, a little sippy sip. So it's not like I was like drunk or whatever, but I would definitely cop some. You know what I mean? If you like whiskey. Damn, my allergies tripping today. Oh, Mayweather is a very smart businessman. I told y'all. Remember I told y'all? I said thug life. Thug life. The hate you gave little infants fucks everybody, man. Floyd uses all this negativity, all the booze, and he works his ass off. Hold on. Yeah, man. Oh, you trying to get blocked? That's what's up. Let me oblige you. Blocked. Your ass is out of here. Now we back to this boxing. I'm blocking people left and right. This is fun. It's actually like a hobby of mine, like a pastime. If I meet a chick, say, hey, what do you like to do? I like to block motherfuckers. Go for long walks on the beach. I like Chinese food. But definitely blocking motherfuckers. I love blocking people on YouTube. Shout out to the UK. I don't have all-time favorite boxers like that. I tell you guys all the time, with me, I'm an Aries. I like variety. I like adventure. I like new things. So like, I'm not always in the mood to watch so-and-so's fight. You know what I mean? I mix it up. Sometimes I want to see someone get their head knocked off. Sometimes I want to break down a Rigondeaux and, you know what I mean, see him execute beautifully or get off the canvas and stay calm and go back to work. So I don't do all that. You need to talk UFC? It's probably coming, man. UFC got to step it up, though. They had a very good 2016. I don't think they've had a great 2017 to me. And that's no shade. That's my honest opinion. Ronda Rousey getting married on the day of Mayweather McGregor. Dana White can't even obviously make the wedding because he's promoting the biggest fight in history, right? Conor got his ass knocked out, even though he'll do none and fuck the Mayweathers, and I bounce heads off canvases. But if Robert Byrd didn't, then he might have got his head bounced off the canvas. It's not really a good year for the UFC. John Jones, after years of delay, he comes back. We thought all of his past troubles, his demons were behind him. He has a great showing. He looks in shape. Great showing versus DC. Age-old rivalry. Makes DC cry post-fight. Oh, he gonna cry in the car. And then after, we find out he failed a drug test. So it's like, UFC is not really Tony Ferguson, Khabib Nurmagomedov, which would have been a great fight. Khabib starts, you know what I'm saying, he's tripping or whatever, and he can't make weight, so he ends up getting dehydrated. Amanda Nunes gets the flu, so her main event gets canceled. UFC, I mean, like I said, I'm not roasting, I'm just telling you the facts. DC versus Rumble Johnson. I was like, okay, it's a rematch. Anthony Rumble Johnson is going to come correct and try to hit him with that power. He does the exact same thing, if not worse, from the first fight. So UFC got to step it up to me. Nate Diaz can't get no scraps. Khabib ate tiramisu before the weigh-in? What? I didn't know about that. Why would he eat a fucking cake or whatever before the weigh-in? And what is tiramisu? Does that make you sick or something? You got the bubble guts, like bloop, bloop, bloop. Shout out to this classic pineapple coconut, which is good. At the local Safeway. UFC fans love Berto. Nate Diaz is a beast. He don't care. Surprise, surprise, motherfucker. The king is back. Man. I told you guys, another thing I told you guys before, you guys go listen to the videos. Conor McGregor came in too cocky. Like, confidence is cool. He was overly cocky, you know what I'm saying? And I told you, to me, it seemed fake. It's like a fake aura of confidence. And see, if this is just my opinion and just living in America, if you're a white man who says anything you want in America and you have swag, you got charisma, a lot of times people that resonate, you know what I mean? Because it's not every day, like, you know, not every white guy is that outspoken, that brash, and trash talking. You know what I'm saying? But if you know, like, if you know inner cities and you know the urban culture, trash talk, it runs rampant. You know what I mean? I'm not saying everyone, because you got guys like Andre Ward and stuff who don't really trash talk, Tim Bradley. You know what I mean? So you got people, but it's different. And the urban communities is different. You know what I mean? Puerto Ricans, probably Mexican communities, black communities, it's a little bit different. You know what I mean? Trash talking might, you might get roasted. Me and my boys used to just roast each other just because we were bored. You know what I mean? But to see, you know what I mean, see a white guy with flair, the swag, charisma, it's like in R&B, like seeing a white guy like Justin Timberlake who could sing and he sounds soulful and he can dance. People are like, oh shit, Justin Timberlake's dope. But if you look at it, there's a lot of black artists, Michael Jackson, Omarion. I mean, Michael Jackson's at the pinnacle, but even like Chris Brown, Omarion, Usher, all them dudes can sing and they can dance too. You know what I'm saying? So it's always, I guess, somewhat of a spectacle. You know what I mean? When somebody you don't expect to do it does it, and that's what Conor's done. He's come into the game. He got the loud mouth, and he's you know what I mean, decked out jewelry or just, you know what I mean, tailor-made suits, and you know what I mean, he's living life. He's enjoying life, and he got the charisma. And that translates well with people. I mean, even to a degree, I don't think he's swaggy, but like even like a Donald Trump. He came in the game it was Hillary versus him, and he was saying, like, just outright saying stuff like, grab her in the pussy. You know what I mean? He was saying whatever he wanted, and people like that type of stuff, especially when you don't expect it from that person. You know what I mean? Like Chris Algieri and Conor McGregor. Chris Algieri acts nothing like Conor McGregor. Met him, seen his post-fight build-ups, but you know what I mean? If he were to, and if he were able to pull it off in the same manner as Conor McGregor, people would be like, oh shit, Chris Algieri. And then, you know what I mean, it gets to a point where people start believing you. Conor, I told you, to me, he was just too overall confident. Like, not even confident, because I feel like you need to be confident as a fighter. All right, you getting blocked. I had to block somebody else. He's talking about paid referee and paid judges. How the fuck are the judges paid if Conor gets stopped? You see how stupid? Everybody just type stupid. You sound stupid. You see, this is what we're slowly but surely eradicating all that dumb stuff. You paid ref and paid judges. How the judges paid if Conor got stopped? That doesn't even make sense. How would you know judges had been paid off if it didn't even make it to the decision? Just like Floyd said. That doesn't even make sense. You didn't even make it to the distance to even know what the judges fucking thought about the fight. You know what I'm saying? You got knocked out. Robert Byrd. Oh shit, you getting lumped. You know what I mean? What are you talking about? Paid ref, paid judges. And actually, another reason that sounds so stupid is because, in my opinion, as a real boxing fan, I don't even think Robert Byrd, he did solid, but I think Robert Byrd, he didn't want to intervene when he should have intervened because he didn't want to be, you know what I mean? Referees have it's like walking a tightrope. You know what I mean? If you go a little bit too far to the left, you fall over to the left side. If you go over a little bit too far to the right, you'll fall to the right side. So you want to be that perfect center, and that's what it's not possible because not all fights are cookie cutter clean. But to me, Robert Byrd, he was doing, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't making his presence felt. And Conor McGregor was hitting him and hammer fisting. He could have jumped in on that, and he should have jumped in because that's not per boxing rules. That's just instinctual because of the ruthless game that Conor McGregor comes from. You know what I'm saying? But Robert Byrd, you know what I mean? So what are you talking about? Paid ref. Robert Byrd wasn't even breaking up the action when he should have at parts per boxing rules. Ego broke the news first on YouTube that Maymac did 6.5 billion or 5 million pay-per-view buys. Salute. Thank you. I'm glad you guys noticed. And it's funny, I did it yesterday before anybody. You name somebody who did a YouTube video, anybody of note. You know what I mean? Not no motherfucker with 5 subscribers, but anybody of note, or anybody really. I didn't see anybody, but I broke the news about the 6.5 million, and y'all said it was fake news. Now I see everybody talking about it today. Funny how that works. Like, oh, fake news, Ego, shut the fuck, you're lying. Okay. And then now everybody go on Instagram, everybody's on there talking. There's probably people on YouTube talking. There'll be articles soon. But hey, it comes with the territory. You guys know what it is. I told you I'm like MTV News. You hear it first. I wrote 6.5 and Ego popped up. That's the movement, man. What was it, Manny's record? See, y'all having conversations with yourselves. So I don't even know what you're talking about. Ego showing that his grind is different. It is different. You know what I'm saying? The ref saved Conor's career. I mean, Floyd said it post-fight. He said it best. He said the ref was in there saving you. He wasn't saving me. I mean, Floyd wasn't in trouble. You know what I mean? And Conor's actually lucky Floyd was 2 years off of the couch because there was, you know what I mean? You have to, your timing is not as impeccable as if you're fighting. You know what I'm saying? Because Errol Spence even said that. Errol Spence says he could have did better versus Kell Brook. He got the stoppage and he still did his thing. But maybe in those early rounds, maybe he could have been a little bit sharper. He said that himself. And that's because he was on a 9-month layoff. So imagine Floyd being on a 2-year layoff. You know what I'm saying? it's a little bit different. But when Conor was badly fatigued in round 10, Floyd missed some of those shots as he's trying to hit a moving target who doesn't want to get knocked out. I mean, you know what I mean? That's always going to be hard when you have a moving target, whether they're moving because they're like flopping around because they don't have no energy or they're hurt. I mean, it's still hard because you have to pick your shots and they're trying not to get knocked out. So if Floyd had been, like, let's say this fight happened immediately after he fought Robert Guerrero that year, and Canelo, let's say he fought him in December of that year, it would have been worse for Conor because Floyd would have been all the way sharp. Now, this is the thing. You guys could say, like, if you put Floyd, Dick, and all these, like, crazy penis comments and stuff, you're getting blocked. Because anytime, I notice that's what they do with a lot of African-American fighters. If you say anything, even if it's true about that, then automatically you're gay and you're sucking Floyd's dick and you're riding it. And, like, I'm telling you, I know the game. I've been in the game long enough. I see how they operate, and you're just getting blocked because nobody has time for that. Because they don't ever try to dispute what you're saying. They just listen to it and then immediately start hurling insults. But anyway, everything for the most part, like major things that people said Floyd couldn't or wouldn't do, he proves people wrong, right? I've been doing this a while, you know what I mean? That's why it's so natural for me, you know what I mean? When I first started, I wasn't like this, you know what I mean? Because you have to get a feel for your own style. It's weird. Like, I never thought about, oh, I'm gonna be a full-time YouTuber, you know what I mean? I didn't come under anybody's wing. I wasn't working, you know what I mean, with Al Bernstein or shit, nobody. Fucking Stephen A. Smith, nobody. I wasn't working with nobody, you know what I mean? So you gotta get a feel for your style. But I've been doing this long, and I've seen it time and time again. So here's how Floyd proves people wrong. I remember exactly when he was, I remember when Floyd first signed the Showtime deal. They said it was a multi-fight, I think it was a 6-fight deal, right? And Floyd previously had been fighting like one time a year. Like when he fought Miguel Cotto, I don't think he fought anyone else that year. You know what I mean? He had retired after the Hatton knockout. Juan Manuel, you know what I mean? He wasn't really super active in the Money Mayweather stage. He was getting these crazy paydays, whoop-de-whoop. So he was fighting like one time a year. So when he did the Showtime deal, it was a 6-fight deal. It said up to 6 fights or something like that. And people said right then and there, oh, bullshit. Floyd, yeah, right. Like Floyd's gonna fight 2 times a year. He's not gonna fight 2 times a year. You believe that? You're an idiot. You know what I mean? Then what happened? Floyd, they said he wasn't even gonna finish his contract. They say, oh, he's probably gonna fight like 1 time, and then he's gonna break the contract. Guess what? Floyd fulfilled his contract, fighting 2 times a year for, so Robert Guerrero, Canelo Alvarez, right? Those were in the same year. Then he fought Maidana twice in the same year. That's 4 fights in 2 years, so he was fighting 2 times a year. They said he couldn't and he wouldn't with his brittle hands, and he did it back to back. And then he fought Pacquiao and he fought Berto in the same year. And notice I don't need BoxRec to prove that. Like, I know this. I know that the years and stuff. 2015 was Pacquiao. That's how you know when you have it up top. He fought Pacquiao, and then later in September he fought Berto. That's 6 fights. People said he wasn't going to do that. They said he was going to break his contract, or he'll probably fight 3 times, and because that's what he had been fighting. Prove people wrong. He said before the fight, I ain't taking no step back. He's like, I'm going for the knockout. Oh, Floyd ain't had a knockout since 1999. He ain't going to knock nobody out. His brittle hands and Conor's fist is bigger than his skull. When have we ever seen Floyd not take a step back? That's what they were saying, right? He really didn't take a step back. He didn't, you know what I mean? He was walking, the smaller, skinnier, leaner man was walking the bigger guy down. So Floyd, he makes a habit of proving people wrong, and shit you say he won't do, he does, you know what I mean? Breaking his own records. Oh, he won't fight Pacquiao, he's scared. He didn't even fight Pacquiao like he was scared. But y'all said for years, And then I know some of y'all are gonna come up with chicken shit excuses. Oh, it's because Pacquiao was diminished and it had been 5 years. But listen, if you're an elite level fighter, you're the fighter of a decade, and you're younger than Floyd, why are you looking burnt out and shop worn and all this before the older fighter is? That's your bad. If you can't sustain any type of longevity because your fighting style or because you haven't mastered your defense and you put yourself through wars based on your fighting, that's your fault. That ain't no fault. That's like, let's say there's two auto mechanics, right? And one of the auto mechanics uses a back brace, preserves his back when he has to lift heavy tires and, you know what I mean, just take the lugs off of a car, you know what I mean, remove the tire stuff. He's bending his knees and turning his waist using a back brace, and he's doing things properly, right? He's gonna preserve himself, you know what I mean? So 10 years after manual labor, his back is not all fucked up, you know what I mean? But the other guy who's not using the back brace, who's not bending his knees and stuff like that, then he's probably gonna be done for in 10 years, you know what I mean? Where his back is all fucked up and slip discs and all that. So you can't blame that on the fighter who's smarter and wears the back brace and, you know what I mean, doesn't lift too heavy of a load by himself. He calls his coworker and says, hey, dog, Jose, help me lift this because this is too heavy for me to lift by myself. And then they lift it as a team. You know, you can't blame that mechanic. The same thing with Floyd. He's older than, listen, you motherfuckers. I'm back. No, but listen. How is it that Floyd Mayweather is 40? All these people like Max Kellerman talking about, oh, Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford would have stopped him. He didn't fight either one of those, so it's a moot point. Like that doesn't have no bearing on anything. That's like, I could say that with Pacquiao. If Pacquiao would have fought Errol Spence that night instead of Jeff fucking Horn, who nobody knew, then he definitely would have got stopped. But I mean, it's really neither here nor there because Top Rank doesn't want to put Pacquiao in there with Terrence Crawford or an Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, it goes without saying. I talked about Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't like, oh, I can think of 5 guys that'll knock Pacquiao out. Pacquiao didn't even look good. Who looked worse? To me, honestly, this is the honest to God truth. Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn, he had a worse showing against his level of opposition and who he was in there with than Mayweather. If you look at the styles, Pacquiao is a known puncher. He's a known speedster, and he was in there with the guy who's bigger than him, just like Floyd. But this guy had 15 fights. Conor got more fights than that in the UFC, and he's a southpaw. He was way bigger than Floyd, and he was confident as hell. You know what I mean? Jeff Horn, I didn't really hear. He was probably teaching class. I didn't really hear much from him in the build-up to the Pacquiao fight. And Pacquiao went life and death with him. I thought Pacquiao won the fight, but it definitely wasn't his best showing. But Max Kellerman, why didn't he talk about that? Pacquiao ain't even on your network right now. He's on ESPN and Top Rank pay-per-view. Why didn't Max Kellerman talk about that? But he want to talk about all the people that would have knocked out Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Shit is too easy, man. But, and like, I don't know. Even the Conor McGregor sparring, there were several, from what I seen, which is not continuous rounds like Paulie Malignaggi wanted, but he was still hitting Paulie with some straight lefts, because you wouldn't even have clips like that to even splice together if it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? If Floyd sparred Conor 12 rounds or 20 rounds or whatever Paulie did, I guarantee you wouldn't have that many clips. You might have the clip where you got hit with the uppercut, like in the fight. Like, put it this way. Fuck that. Paulie Malignaggi, and this is no shade, I'm just being honest. Paulie Malignaggi went 20 rounds of sparring, and I've seen a couple clips and pictures that look like he was getting hit with some good stuff based on that, right? So obviously that doesn't tell the full tale. But go to the Mayweather-McGregor fight, which was only 10 rounds, so half, that's exactly half of what Paulie and Conor sparred. And I want to see someone make a dope highlight reel of all this fancy stuff Conor McGregor was doing. Obviously, you're going to put the clip where he slipped in the left uppercut. You'll put that in there. You put in some jabs. But then what else are you going to put in there? What other clips from what round? That body shot that was probably a hip shot or low blow. You know what I'm saying? So realistically, Conor, I know he was 0-0 and all that, but he had to be somewhat of a threat because Paulie wasn't in there for 20 rounds, from what I believe. He wasn't in there, like him not being in shape and stuff. He wasn't in there just controlling every moment of every second. You know what I'm saying? This is Floyd 2 years off the couch, and Paulie even warned. He said, "Why are you doing Jimmy Kimmel?" You know what I mean? Because a guy's youth, a guy's youth in his pacing can maybe take the lead if you're not serious about it. You know what I mean? So you look at it like that. Floyd fought him 10 rounds, and I guarantee you don't have 10 rounds to make some awesome highlight reel. But I can make a 10 rounds of some of the best punches Floyd was executing, and you know what I mean, where Conor's head went back like that, or he was jabbing to the body. Uppercut was good. I liked the uppercut. It was nice, and I don't think Mayweather expected it. So kudos to Conor for that. I hate fans like the person that Conor took him when he was in peak condition. Once again, you will always lose this battle, with me at least, is because that stuff, all that's some runner-up talk. Real shit. Like, that's runner-up talk, and we don't do that here. Right here, it's about the victor. It's about the winner. You know what I mean? This is the winner's circle. All that runner-up talk, oh, Floyd just got to him because he was fatigued, and Conor was getting the best of him when he was in peak condition. So that's your fucking problem, and it's your fault that you don't have the stamina to maintain this peak condition when you're 11 years younger than Floyd. You're age 29. You just turned 29, because I seen his birthday on Instagram, right? You just turned 29, so you're not even an old 29. You're a very new, youthful 29. Floyd's clearly 40. I think his birthday's in February. And the 40-year-old has more in the tank, 2 years off of the couch, than peak condition Conor. I'm not trying to hear that, because that sounds stupid. Again, I told you this yesterday on the stream. I used to work at Lowe's. There was no 40-year-old outworking me. I was in my 20s. You know what I'm saying? I was young, fresh, and like, you know what I'm saying? There was no 40-year-old there. All the 40-year-olds that I was working with were like complaining and on workers' comp and light duty and shit like that, and couldn't lift heavy. There was no 40-year-old there that was outworking me or other people my age. Point blank, period. If you guys see somebody that's obviously trolling or putting crazy stuff, put their name in the comment section so we alleviate and we eradicate them like pest. That's what we do. We exterminators. We get them out of here. If you putting that crazy stuff, if you have a difference of opinion, that's cool. But I'm talking about the people that are putting clearly trolling and stuff. But you can't win the battle because you can't make sense of it that a 29-year-old ain't got as much stamina as a guy who's 40 off the couch. It doesn't make any type of sense to me. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you what the problem is. The problem is Conor McGregor's too damn big walking around. I think he drinks. He's too big, so his weight cut is massive. You can do them crazy, listen to me. You can do them crazy weight cuts in the UFC because some of them guys don't have hands. Some of the guys aren't strikers. So if you're a premier striker and your level's above them with your striking, and they're a wrestler like Chad Mendes, and they're smaller than you, and things like that, he can come up. You know what I mean? He can win. He can beat guys like that. But when you come into another person's fortress and they're a masterclass boxer, that weight, that's why Floyd said, he said, weight don't matter, talking don't win fights, because it's boxing, it's a sweet science. It was completely different. Completely different. And that's what a lot of, notice another chicken shit excuse I keep hearing is, if it were a real fight, it had to be a real fight for Conor to win. Y'all weren't saying that before. You know what I mean? So fuck all this. If it were a real fight, you knew the type of fight it was going to be, and you still said 49-1, and fuck the Mayweathers. You did all that. So I don't want to hear, oh, if it was a real fight, hey guys, I'm just here to tell you, if it was a real fight, then it would have been different. There is no if it were a real fight, because you knew You knew what type of fight it is. Conor said, I'm on some Bruce Lee shit, and I'm doing my arms like this, and I just connect my limbs and all that shit, and it don't matter what the rule set is. His skull ain't big enough. That's what Conor was saying, and that's what y'all was saying. This is classic pineapple and coconut. It's very good. Shout out to Safeway. Endorse me. Sponsor me. We working. Yeah, I'm not trying to hear that bullshit. If it were a real fight, hey guys, I swear if it was a real, no, you knew what fight it was. What are you talking about if it was a real fight? Floyd, another thing, remember back to what I was saying earlier about Floyd keep proving people wrong? He put on Instagram, oh, I want to fight Conor in 8-ounce gloves. Let's change it. Fuck it. I don't care. And then people like Dan Rayfield of ESPN, what did he say? Oh, I talked to the Nevada State Athletic Commission while I was eating a cheeseburger, and they said no can do. And guess what? They did a panel, and they voted, and they agreed. Both sides agreed. It's a big event. We don't give a fuck. We ain't the one getting hit. But Dan Rayfield was the first one to talk about, don't make me pull it up. That's what we do here at Boxingego. And see, just like Floyd Mayweather, like with his new media stuff, I use what y'all say against you, just like Floyd does. And it works to perfection almost every fucking time. Only way it wouldn't is if, like, what I said was wrong. You know what I mean? Like I do a fight prediction and Conor knocked out Floyd or something. But more often than not, it works to perfection. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all just say whatever you want. Like I said, Dan Rayfield said there's no way that it would happen. The 8-ounce gloves. A lot of fans said Floyd's bluffing and bullshit. He don't really want to fight big-ass Conor in 8-ounce gloves. And like I said earlier, what did he do? He fought him in 8-ounce gloves, even though it was already agreed to use 10-ounce gloves per the weight division, junior middleweight, 154, right? So, once again, man, this is getting very easy because you guys just say you go off emotion and see, look at this. Hold on. Floyd Mayweather, Conor select respective 8-ounce gloves for Saturday bout. ESPN 4 days ago. So now all of a sudden they're forced to report the actual facts. But when Dan Rayfield, when it first happened, they were saying that it would never happen. Like Floyd jumped a gun and it's an empty cause. Y'all making this too easy for me. I feel like Floyd. I'm collecting that easy paycheck because it's very easy proving y'all wrong. Floyd Mayweather Conor allowed to wear lighter gloves in August 26, ESPN. See, now you got to switch it. Oh, here it is. Hold on. So look at this. ESPN 2 weeks ago. Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor allowed to wear lighter gloves in August 26 fight. But look at what they put. Dan Rayfield. Hold on, can y'all see that? Nevada State Athletic Commission director halts Floyd Mayweather's 8-ounce gloves talk. So if you go to that, Dan Rayfield was saying it wouldn't happen. Look, there he is. Hey Dan, there you go. Okay. So after Floyd tweeted that on August 4th, Mr. Dan said it wouldn't happen. It says, Conor McGregor must fight in 10-ounce gloves. This is their article. Right? Don't believe what you hear in the media. Ain't that funny? Hold on. Listen to me. Don't believe what you hear in the media. Don't believe what you hear on blog sites. If it's not coming from me, directly from me, it's not true. That's what Floyd Mayweather said. Which is funny. Don't believe what you hear. Dan saying he talked to the Nevada State Athletic Commission and they must fight in 10 ounces. But just like I said, then you have to write an article that says Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor allowed to wear lighter gloves. Like I said, now you tell me who won. They see us, they run. Shit is too easy. I ain't changed. this whole fight, I ain't changed shit. I ain't took back nothing. I said Floyd was gonna stop him TKO rounds 8 to 10, and the proof is in the pudding. You can go check the live streams, all the videos. Point out the lie. I ain't changed nothing. Everything I said, I meant, and with this example, it turned out to be accurate. You know what I mean? When I did the video, you guys can check, the video's still up, about the 8-ounce gloves. I said, yeah, let's see. You know what I mean? That'd be cool. It'll add some intrigue to the fight. I never once said, oh yeah, right, this is not gonna happen. They're gonna be forcing 10-ounce gloves. But Dan Rayfield did. He said he talked to Nevada State Athletic Commission. Me personally, I never said that. But yesterday I said 6.5 million. This is why YouTube and Boxingego particularly, this is why we taking over. We taking over the game. You know what I mean? Because you gotta think with logic. And for me, I'm a realist. And like, I know for a fact, I don't know everything. Like, I swear to you, I'm not gonna pretend like I know every rule. I don't work for the Nevada State Athletic Commission. I don't even live in Nevada. But I don't know everything. But I do know that if both parties are in agreement, it can be discussed. You know what I mean? For the smaller gloves. Now, within reason, like obviously Deontay Wilder, I don't know if you could get, you know what I'm saying, if there's a big fight with him and Joshua, that would be super dangerous to put them in some tiny gloves. So I don't think anything like that. I think that would be like overkill. But if the first division in boxing that requires the weight class, the glove size to move up is 54. But if you fought at 47, it'd be 8-ounce gloves. You know what I'm saying? So that's right on the cusp. You know what I mean? That's right on the cusp. And Conor is I said this in my video. Conor is used to fighting in 4-ounce gloves. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, like Pride and UFC, I don't even think they had gloves. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you can make a very strong case for this mega fight or whatever, that 8-ounce gloves wouldn't, you know what I mean, should be allowed, because Floyd has fought most of his fights 147 or under, where he had to wear 8-ounce gloves. So he's wore 8-ounce gloves most of his career, except for probably the Canelo fight, De La Hoya and Cotto, and now the McGregor fight. But that hadn't happened yet. So majority of Floyd's career, he had wore 8-ounce gloves. Conor's wearing 4-ounce gloves. So you can make a strong argument, especially you knew Conor wasn't going to disagree. Why would Conor be like, no, I want 10-ounce gloves? You know what I'm saying? He's the UFC fighter that wears 4s. And if Floyd is, you know what I mean, the A side, and he's saying, yeah, I'll let him wear it, why wouldn't Conor bite down on that and be like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll take the smaller gloves any day? Death Row East. But yeah, like, notice all these people, like, notice a lot of the people. It's not just ESPN, but there's a lot of people. And my thing to you is listen to what they say before and listen to what they say after. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm empowering the fans to do that. And we got to get back. You know what I mean? We got to get this back right. Listen to what De La Hoya said about the fight before and listen to what he's saying after. Now I heard De La Hoya saying that Floyd bet on himself in the 10th round. You hear YouTubers or whoever saying that nobody wants to watch this fight and I'm streaming it and nobody's gonna order it. It's a mismatch. But then how did it do 6.5 million pay-per-view buys according to Dana White? You sound stupid. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, oh, nobody wants to watch this horse shit, this fuck show, this shit show, bitch fest mismatch. It doesn't make sense. But then it broke all records. How can somebody logically make that make sense? Say nobody wants to watch this bullshit, but then it broke all records according to Dana White's number, including Mayweather Pacquiao, which all boxing fans wanted to see, including De La Hoya and Mayweather, which was a big fight on Cinco de Mayo, including Mayweather Canelo. Stupid casuals or not, Floyd robbed the bank, and that's how you know. That's why he's smart. You know, Aram started off not hating. He was like, "Oh yeah, it makes sense. It's a business fight. I would do it too." And then he started switching, and then he started saying a lot of like derogatory comments about it. But I don't care, man. Straight up, I told you then and I told you now. Like I said, look at the before and look at the after. Look at what people say before and look what they say after. There's nobody in this business. Listen, Banner Boxing, Top Rank, Al Heyman, Showtime, Top Rank, any of those, Golden Boy, none of them. If you say, hey, I'm going to put your boxer in a boxing match with this superstar from UFC, and it's gonna get 6.5 million pay-per-view buys, not including the live gate and merchandise sales. I don't know what else they do, you know what I mean, endorsements, because people want to be a part of the event, blah blah blah. There's nobody that would say no. Like I said, De La Hoya was saying, oh, Canelo and Conor, that's what we want to see. You wouldn't be able to tell who was Irish. These are all facts. Make sure y'all hit the like button. We should definitely, I've been on 40 minutes. We should definitely be at 100 or better. If you're on the live stream and you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. We just talking this good gospel, talking boxing. Typically, like I said, if you're new to the stream, the more likes, the more it's promoted, and the more engaged I see you guys are, and the longer I stay, because I see that there's a need for me to stay. I got a ton of stuff to do. Things I'm working on, things I have to order. So let me know the time is appreciated and that you guys are actually here and, you know what I mean, into the stream. If not, I'll go on, you know what I mean, I'll keep the stream shorter and go on to the rest of the stuff I got to do. But anyway, back to this Mayweather fight. Listen, dog. Mayweather is... he's a business marketing genius that I don't know if we'll see for quite. It's like a Michael Jackson type of. There's other great artists, don't get me wrong, and I'm not just saying this because Michael Jackson's my favorite, but what Michael Jackson has done and transcended all, you know what I mean, black, white. I know Puerto Ricans that like Michael Jackson, white people, black people, Asian people, you know what I mean? He had thugs in his concert fading like, oh yeah, Michael on Crip cut. And they would, you know what I'm saying? Like, Mike was that dude. But you don't know if you'll see another one of those for quite some time. You know what I mean? The guy with that could dance, write, sing, sell out all these records like Thriller and crazy videos and memorable moments. Floyd, that's what Floyd is, kind of like the boxing, like Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson. And he's transcended them. You guys understand. And like I said, if you guys start bringing up dicks, oh, you're sick of Floyd's dick. All that shit. I love Prince, rest in peace, and I've seen him in concert, unlike some of you guys. So Prince has not done what Michael Jackson has done. Great artist. He's self-taught on 11 instruments, but he wasn't as big as Michael Jackson. It's just what it is. You don't have, you know what I'm saying? If you play a Prince track, When Doves Cry or Thriller, who knows the words to what? You know what I mean? More people will probably know the words to Thriller. Anyway, these are analogies, so y'all could do what you want with them in the comment section, but I don't want to derail for the people who actually can keep up, you know what I mean, and keep up and just understand this. And now, hey, but Prince, man, Prince had better outfit. Like, I'm not here to talk about Prince and Michael Jackson. It's an analogy. Deal with it. Keep up. Back to the road. We on the road. See, we on the freeway. A lot of y'all driving residential. Oh my gosh, y'all still talking about Prince? Yeah. Do the shmoney dance. Cedric Smith, $2 super chat. Thank you. You the truth, ego. From one boss to another. Respect, much love. Appreciate the super chat. We just doing a little bit of this work, man. But yeah, y'all still talking about Prince and Michael Jackson. It's an analogy. Anyway, back to Floyd, so you guys can hopefully keep up with what I'm saying. Is I don't know when the next time we'll see someone. There's a lot, like Andre Ward is a great fighter, a friend, and he doesn't generate the numbers that Floyd does, but he's still a very good, you know what I mean, he went to the Olympics like Floyd, good fighter. He beat certified bona fide challenges, but he doesn't draw the same crazy monumental events like Floyd. So, and it's not just him. I mean, Canelo, all these people. There's a lot of people. So I don't know when we'll absolutely see another Floyd. You know, even like Canelo, he lost to Mayweather, so he has a loss on his record. I thought he lost to Edison Lara by a round or two too. But Floyd went undefeated and did all this. So I mean, it is what it is. But you guys have to understand something, and understand it well. Floyd has, for pay-per-view, the top 4 events, not just the top 3. If these numbers pan out, I don't know if they'll go higher or fluctuate or whatever, but as it sits, they're saying the Mayweather McGregor 6.5 million. Then after that would be Pacquiao, of course, which was like 4.2, 4.3 million. And then the De La Hoya did like 2.8, and then Canelo did like 2.2, but it had the highest live gate. You know what I mean? The live gate for Canelo Mayweather, the 1 card, will surpass that of Mayweather De La Hoya. That's the top 4. You have Floyd got the top 4 events. Like, why didn't Cotto Canelo? Why isn't that in the top 3? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Raw, do the shmoney dance, $5 super chat. We working. You know what I mean? Oh, there's been a ton. Back in the day, like Bernard Hopkins, I think Hopkins Trinidad might have been a pay-per-view. Why are none of them on the top 3? You know what I mean? There's great fights, historic fights. Floyd got the top 4. Whether you love him or hate him, he's just smart. Smart. I mean, you can say whatever. You can't take that away from that man. He knew. I told you this, in case you missed my live stream yesterday. Floyd found his contemporary, like I said in Logan, when they had that other Logan that was younger and a little bit more buff and cut up, and he had pretty much the same weapons as the older aging Logan. You know what I mean? That's what he found. He found Conor McGregor, looked the part, got swag, was taking over the fight game while he was gone. He knew he couldn't fuck with him in boxing. He has a mouthpiece, and he has everything to make you believe that he could beat you. He would generate interest. I think he watered down his performance, carried Conor a little bit, and not just carry him for the sense of like, I'm so good. I know. I think some people might misinterpret what I'm saying. When I'm saying he carried him, I'm not saying that had he been fighting his hardest and using all his tools, I'm not saying it would have been absolutely easy work. But when I say carried, I think he just didn't reveal too much of himself in those early 3 rounds, when if he really felt the threat, he could have. He could have started doing more things, or like, oh fuck, I gotta tighten up my defense. You know what I'm saying? He could have done stuff a little bit different, but he just didn't want to show too much of himself. He didn't want to get hit with nothing too big or too severe, and he wanted Conor to exasperate a little bit of energy, and then he would pick up his pace and start walking him out, and that's exactly what he did. So when I say carry, I'm not trying to discredit Conor or take away from him having some success with the uppercut and jab and stuff. I'm more saying Floyd was super economical to get a feel and get a read on Conor. We got Juan Jerabon, $5 super chat. Do the shmoney dance. We shmoney dancing right now. Do the shmoney dance. That's the type of music y'all motherfuckers listen to. Do the shmoney dance. I'ma do the shmoney dance. Do the shmoney dance. Like what? We doing a shmoney dance, man. We live streaming. But yeah, I just feel like Floyd played it safe, like economical, get the fans in it. Like, oh shit, Conor's doing some solid work. Plus to get a read for what he's doing, what an MMA fighter is gonna look like. And then after that was over, he got a feel for the power and stuff. He's like, oh shit. What are y'all laughing at? I don't get it. Nobody says that no moat. What the fuck does that mean? Is money moves. I don't care what anybody says. You probably don't got no money, so why would I listen to you? You probably went to Coinstar before you got on here. I don't care what anybody does. I say what I want to say. What's up, gamer, or gamers, gamer? But yeah, man, it's gonna be hard to duplicate this. 6.5 million. Top 4 pay-per-views. Like I said, Floyd's smart. He picked somebody that he knew would generate interest. Even if people called it a freak show, it's a freak show that we wanted to watch. Like, okay, put it this way. Listen to this. Who likes Halloween? Does anybody like Halloween as a holiday? What's this super chat stuff so I can donate a few bucks instead of that Patreon so you can get it sooner than later? Somebody explain it, but there should be a $sign if you're on an iOS iPhone. I don't know if you can do it. I think you have to go to my YouTube and PayPal. Okay, so there's some people that like Halloween. Now, for those who like Halloween, let's say that they're in your neighborhood or in your city, there was a haunted house that everybody was talking about. Like, wow, that was the craziest haunted house that I've ever been into. They had some crazy stuff. I'm not going to tell you about it, but there's some crazy stuff in that haunted house. I was scared. I pissed myself, right? And everybody was telling you about how good this haunted house was. And you like Halloween. Would you go to that haunted house? And like I said, curiosity would, if you don't do haunted houses, okay, maybe you wouldn't. But for the people who like Halloween and you heard all of this stuff about the haunted house and how great and crazy it was and people were talking it up, then that curiosity is probably going to get the best of you. And you would go to the haunted house. Like, let me see what this is about. And then, like, whatever you felt after. You'd be like, oh, this shit I wasn't even scared and shit. My baby mama scared me more than that. You know what I mean? Whether you liked it or you didn't, you still went to it. And that's what Mayweather McGregor was. You know what I mean? I know I'm in that motherfucker. If I kept hearing everything was, oh, this, you know what I mean? People are going to go see it just to satisfy their curiosity. But to Floyd's credit and Conor McGregor's credit, they made it an interesting fight. They made it a very interesting fight. You know, or at least from what we've seen. It was interesting, you know what I mean? But that's what this fight was to me. Like, it was an event, it was a show. Like I said, with the haunted house, if you kept hearing about this haunted house, and that's what Conor was doing. Conor was the, you know what I mean? Oh, his head's too small. He can't fuck with me, and I will rule the boxing world with an iron fist, and I will rule box. I'm like, he's saying all this stuff. He's making me believe him, and I knew Floyd was gonna win, but I'm just like, damn, he keeps saying this stuff. So he played his part. Now he's a whole lot richer, and so is Floyd. Shout out to Julio Esquivel Sanchez, $2 super chat, Shmoney Dance. Thanks for all the hard work you're putting in, man. Thank you guys. Thank you for the fans. We're moving on to the next fight, and on the next matter. Blocked. I like blocking y'all. This shit is fun. Who cut 8 centimeters off the chat? What does that even mean? Fardeen K is a $5 super chat. Hashtag we working. We need more Chavez pictures. That was funny as fuck, bro. Tell him to post more. Shout out to Chavez. We coming. I just didn't understand why Chavez Jr. was saying we working and he's laying in the bed and shit. Like, how are you working? I know we working over here. AB versus Gumbo? Who the fuck is Gumbo? Gambo? Who is that? Is that Gamboa? Look like you put Gumbo. Like, yeah, Adrian Brown, AB versus some jambalaya. Like, what? What are y'all talking about? I'm not Gamboa. That fight is like so 5 years ago. I'm not trying to see Broner and no Gamboa. Gamboa quit versus a guy that just lost, Robinson Castellano, and lost all his big fights. And then he fought in like Cancun. Like, what? Well, I don't want to see Broner for. He's too small. He couldn't even beat. I'm not saying like it's an easy thing, but he didn't beat Crawford at 35. So he's gonna beat Broner at 40. Broner's too big. Why would Conor call out a 40-year-old boxer anyway? Call out someone like Canelo or Golovkin? Well, that's not fair because Canelo and Golovkin are already fighting each other. And Canelo and Golovkin ain't gonna give him the same paycheck. So I mean, Conor played his part. I would have called out the 40-year-old if the 40-year-old had more power to get me more money, and it was a more winnable fight. Canelo and Golovkin would be horrible fights for him. You know what I'm saying? So why not take the easier fight? Shout out to South Egypt. South Egypt in the building. See, we worldwide. We sipping. We destroying casuals. I've seen highlights of Miguel Cotto. I mean, I like him as a... I don't have... Someone says, do you have thoughts on Miguel Cotto? I mean, he's a Hall of Famer for sure. He's a great fighter. I only seen highlights of the Combo Guy fight, but I don't really like speaking on stuff I haven't seen. Like, I haven't made time. Like, I covered Mayweather McGregor, got back on Sunday. I was tired as hell. Then I did Monday Mail Day. I've just been moving, so I haven't really made time to give myself a break. And like, oh, let me watch Cotto Combo Guy. I heard about it. I seen highlights. I knew what the outcome was going to be before the fight. So that's not really high on my priority list. I got to gear up for these next fights that are coming up and stuff like that. How about Jamaica, bro? What's the question? I've never been to Jamaica, but it looks nice. Someone said I asked 6 questions with no answer. I'm leaving. Bye. Do you see how many comments are coming in? You think I could read all of this that fast? Especially when I'm in mid-thought and just rapping to y'all and talking. Bye, dude. All right, then. Oh. Congrats almost on being at 100K. Thank you. I don't know who y'all talking to. It's like you guys are having conversations with each other. Y'all should start putting each other's name so I know if you're talking to me. The mod time me out for nothing. Moderators, don't abuse your power so I don't have to take the power. But just put if someone's talking crazy, then block them. But if it's something difference of opinion, that's cool. I don't care about that type of stuff. But if they're like, oh yeah, fuck you guys and all that, then you can block them. I don't answer stupid questions unless you're gonna pay me. You can PayPal me and I'll answer that question. Someone said, why does Conor get so much hate from the black community? See, and that, like, you automatically, this is what I'm telling you, it's not a good year for you casuals. And you automatically got to question somebody who's saying stuff like that because they try to be sneaky. But my question is this: how are you going to relegate black people to hating Conor McGregor? I have a video right now. There's a black dude had an Irish flag on, and he was like, "Yeah, go Conor, 49-1, all that shit." So you can't stereotype and say all black people hate Conor McGregor. You know what I mean? So you have to question the motives of the person putting that. You probably have issues with race, and now you're trying to cast your, you know what I mean, radical opinions on a whole nother race. It doesn't work like that. I know a lot of black people that love Conor McGregor. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said I don't answer stupid questions. And like, I've been doing this a pretty long time, I would say. I feel comfortable in what I'm doing. It's usually the people that point the finger are the ones that are guilty of it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're racist. And then you see them in the comment section and they be calling people monkeys and actual racist terms to others. But you called me racist for saying I think Conor's going to lose to Mayweather, which he in fact did do. Holla Future, I see you. Do the shmutty dance. $5 super chat. Thank you for the donation. Diaz McGregor 3 is about to happen after Conor's suspension from the TKO. I love that. I mean, he might as well fight the guy he's already fought. Both Diaz fights for Conor did over 1 million, so did good numbers. I mean, who else? There's a lot of killers out there. I would at least rather fight the guy I know that I fought before. I've already shared the octagon with. Kevin Lee versus Tony Ferguson, Khabib Nurmagomedov. Those are dangerous fights too. So at least make more money in a dangerous fight with Diaz, and you know what he brings to the table, 100%, as opposed to a guy you never fought. Do the Schmutty Dance, WJ Luckett, another $5 super chat. With these numbers, McGregor could have a bigger payday than Pacquiao did against Floyd. Oh wow. Do you think Pacquiao would challenge McGregor because of it? No. That's a good point. He might make more money than Pacquiao. I don't know, but see, this is the thing. Back to Floyd being the king of pay-per-view. Floyd don't have as many hands in his pockets. Like, I mean, I'm not no dummy. Obviously, he probably has to pay Al Heyman, and you know, I mean, he has a team and sparring partner. He has people to pay, but it's different for Conor. Conor even said post-fight, he said there's a lot of sharks in the game. So depending on how successful it is, we'll see where we end up. Pacquiao definitely has a lot of hands. There's Michael Kongs, Freddie Rhodes, Bob Arum. So Floyd's getting paid, and he has less. He gets more money, like paycheck wise, purse wise, and he has less hands in his pocket, I would say, because he made the right investments, like he always says. Some people were talking about Conor and Tyron Woodley. I don't think that's a good fight at all. Tyron Woodley has too much smoke. Because I think Tyron's too strong. Especially if Conor gasses out. If he don't get over that hump, oh my gosh. And Conor, when he fought Diaz at 170, he looked like he gassed out in both fights. So you can't gas out with Tyron Woodley. And Tyron Woodley cuts from 205, 209 or some shit. He's a big dude. He's a brolic. You know what I'm saying? Brody looking big dude. And we already know he has power. But he's conditioned. He nearly went the distance with or did he go the distance with Stephen Wonderboy Thompson in the second fight? He just had him hurt. But anyway, he's conditioned to go 5 rounds as a 170 pounder. Damian Maia, Wonderboy Thompson, Conor McGregor he looks like he has spots where he fatigues at the higher weight. Tyron Woodley, that wouldn't be a good. My email address is in my YouTube. Just go to the About Me description and all that. Yeah. And see, that's what I'm trying to tell you guys is, Conor McGregor he's a good fighter, he's a solid fighter, but based on his mouthpiece, he had people believing kind of crazy stuff, because before this Floyd fight and all that, people were saying that Conor would beat up on Tyron Woodley. I don't see that. Not at 170, and I don't even think Tyron could make 155. It's not cutting from 205. You know what I mean? Conor's mouthpiece got people believing that he's like invincible. It's not the case. He's good. He's a good fighter, but he's not invincible. Like, I did a video about 50 Cent, what he was saying, and they're like, shut up, 50, Conor will destroy you. I don't know that. 50, I believe, was a Golden Gloves. I'm talking about in a street fight. See, you got to understand this. In a street fight, it's anything goes. You know what I'm saying? You get jumped, you get kicked, you get stomped out, you get punched. It's like anything goes. 50 is, I just met him, you know what I'm saying? I've seen him before, but I like met him or whatever. Dude's big. He's a big dude. And Conor's not really known for some crazy ass ground game like Nate Diaz or somebody or Jose Aldo. And even if you are known for that, you have to make it past the thunder to even get someone in close enough quarters where you can do stuff like that. Put them in a compromising position. Like, if someone throwing heat at you and they got 60 pounds on you, you guys aren't realistic. You know what I mean? David Haye was doing that thing where he was making fun of the Conor thing. They're like, shut up, David Haye. You and Tony Bellew, your leg was fucked, and Conor will destroy you. David Haye will knock Conor McGregor smooth the fuck out. Smooth out. David Haye fought somebody who was like that Andre the Giant, Shrek looking motherfucker. He was like 7 feet tall. David Haye will destroy Conor McGregor. He got stopped by Floyd, who's at 40, you know what I mean, really a 47 pounder who weighed in at less than 150. What do you think David Haye would do to Conor McGregor? Yeah, great value, or whatever his name is. David Haye will annihilate. You know what I'm saying? Conor would have to hope that his ankle gives out or something. David Haye's way too big. And that's what I'm saying. Y'all, a lot of y'all, this was a reality check for you. You know what I mean? Like I said, I did that 50 Cent video. Shut up, 50. Conor will murder you. Go look at the comments. I just stopped reading them after, because it was just like so ridiculous, and I was on to the next thing. But Conor will destroy you, 50. I don't know that. I don't know that 50 Cent, who weighs like 210, 225, would get destroyed. Weight matters. Like, I don't understand what y'all think. Weight matters. I don't give a fuck if you train in MMA. Like, I'm a big dude. I don't care if somebody's like 145 pound MMA, I will stretch them. You know what I mean? Just because it's not, they won't even look. Go watch people do the ego sightings with me on Instagram, and look at the pictures of me next to other people in the media, and I'm always towering over them. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, I don't have to talk myself up. It is what it is. You guys will believe whatever you want, but weight matters. That's bottom line. You know what I mean? And if Conor can't, from fatigue or whatever you guys excuses you want to say, if Conor can't take Floyd's punches, David Haye is not the one. I don't think 50 Cent is the one. I heard 50 Cent used to street fight and shit like that too. And it's weight. You have to incorporate the weight. Like Jose Aldo or something. You know what I'm saying? Can Jose, if you get knocked out by Conor McGregor in 13 seconds, you don't think a guy who weighs 225 can knock out Jose Aldo? You know what I'm saying? That would be unfair. It wouldn't even be realistic. Do the Schmuddy Dance. Big Time left a $5 donation. It says, as a truck driver, these videos make my job easy. Keep schooling these casuals. Enjoy your route, man. Be safe. Shout out to the truck drivers delivering and getting us all this stuff. I am not no cruiserweight. There's a picture of me on Deontay Wilder in Vegas. I'm not no cruiserweight. I've been next to cruiserweights. I'm bigger than all of them. Yeah, I'm not a cruiserweight. I just took a picture with Joseph Parker, Cannon Briggs, and I'm bigger than all of them. Like, not necessarily like some of them. Like, Cannon Briggs is like buff. You know what I'm saying? He's a big dude. I'm definitely taller than him. Show what? Someone said show it. The fuck? Yeah, Conor got y'all really believing some, like he's an X-Men or something. Like, it's crazy to me. But I guess that's what makes the sport fun, schooling you casuals. We should be at like 150 likes. I've been on over an hour. Make sure you hit the like button if you're new. You still talking about me next to Shannon Briggs? I did a video on YouTube and put it in there. It's on Instagram. You gotta do your research and find it. And again, I don't have to prove nothing. I don't. If you don't believe me, don't believe me. It's like I said. It's on. I made it available. Shout out to Shannon Briggs. Let's go, champ. Y'all just putting stupid stuff. I'm about to get out of here because y'all just putting crazy comments down. I got stuff to do anyway. But it's been real. Shout out to Floyd Mayweather. Hell of a fighter. Definitely a smart businessman. Crazy numbers. Crazy numbers. And I keep telling you guys, man, Floyd uses Floyd uses, yes, I heard about Terrence Crawford. Floyd uses the negativity and the boos and stuff, and he just uses it against you guys. Like the people who are doubting him and people who are, it's just like, how have you not, I know people, oh, I'm not watching another Mayweather fight after De La Hoya. He robbed De La Hoya, and then they watch Maidana, and they watch this fight and that fight, Canelo fight. Floyd just, he's mastered that. Crazy. And some of you idiots keep doing it and keep believing all these people are going to beat him. And then he fights them and he beats them. And then you make excuses. I know I said 49-1 and fuck the Mayweathers, but guess what? I lied. Conor was 0-0. That's the reason he lost. It was fatigue. Like, no, we're not. Why'd you say fuck the Mayweathers and his head's too small and Conor takes kicks and shin bones? And now all of a sudden it's some old different shit. We're not doing that. 2017, tell the truth. Tell the truth. You gotta tell the truth. And be the man you were or the woman that you were before the fight, after the fight. Don't be some whole different person and because you're a poor ass sport, now all of a sudden it's, oh, but Conor was 0-0. I just showed you guys yesterday, and I know you guys, if you missed the stream, you can check that last one. I'll show you Julio Cesar Chavez, a great legend. I'll show you his resume, and you wouldn't even know his first 89 opponents. Who are any of them motherfuckers? You guys tell me. Well, in Julio Cesar Chavez's first 89 wins, which people say, oh, he's 89-0. Name somebody that was a valuable player in the game that he beat. I'ma wait. Don't try to Wikipedia or Google. Tell me right now. Type it. Go. Right now. Type it. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. Name somebody in his first 89 fights that you know that was knocking down buildings. Come on. No, we don't even need 3 names. So I respect you for like piggybacking, but I want 1 name. Or 87-0. Whatever. Okay, name someone in his first 87. He didn't fight Whitaker in his first 87 fights. You're lying. You don't know boxing. Study up the game. You're not even putting full names. Someone said, Taylor. Who? Who's Taylor? This is Madonna? You just have 1 name? Who's Taylor? Y'all don't know. Y'all just putting shit. Fuck, Oscar De La Hoya. Like, yeah, he fought him, but not in his first fight. Edwin Rosario. What is he known for? Y'all full of shit. Y'all just saying shit. Y'all don't know shit about the. You don't know shit about these opponents. And see, the other thing that gets me, I told you, these casuals are getting bodied the fuck up. People mad. I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot. Race has something to do with it. I don't give a fuck who's mad. I don't care what y'all talking about. Race has something to do with it. Not on my behalf. There's a lot of people who don't bring race, don't care what race you are, but it matters. And Rocky Marciano, the Brocktown blockbuster, is a white male. And people are mad because Floyd trumped what he did. Don't know a lick about his resume, really. You know what I'm saying? But they're mad. They're mad that Floyd surpassed his record. And you look at, like, who did Rocky Marciano fight? He fought, like Archie Moore, Ezra Charles, Jersey Joe Walker. Those are good names, but look at the age they were when he fought them. You know what I'm saying? Archie Moore, he fought him in 1955, but he was born, hold on, somebody get a calculator. He fought him in 1955, and he was born in fucking 1916. Somebody do the math for me, please. 1955 minus 1916. No, so I don't care if he's formidable. Do the math. He fought him in 1955 and subtract 1916. So he was a 39-year-old, right? Okay, I'm gonna need y'all to keep doing the math. So he was 40, Floyd's age. Ezra Charles. Oh, hold on, let me go back. He fought him in 54. Right? He was born in 1921. So he would have been late 30s too. Right? The Cincinnati Cobra. 25 losses. Jersey Joe Walcott. Fought him in 1953. Shout out to Jersey Joe Walcott. And he was born in 1914. How old was he? 1953 minus 1914. Please do the math. Someone do the math. 39. So he fought a lot of people who were like not in. I mean, are you at your best at 39? Is Floyd at his best at age 1 year older than that? So Joe Louis, great name, fought him in 1951. Joe Louis in 1951. But the bomber, the Brown bomber, was born in 1914. So somebody do the math. 1951 minus 1914. So those are the best names on Rocky Marciano's record. Y'all don't know shit. I told y'all. Y'all don't know shit. Y'all just mad because Floyd trumped him. Now I can name people on Floyd's resume. And again, those are good names to have on your resume. But he was born in 1923. You know what I'm saying? So he was a little bit younger than some of these guys. All the best, like, can you imagine if everybody Floyd fought, the best names on Floyd's resume were all 37 through 40 years old? So what if Canelo was 40 years old when Floyd fought him? Oscar De La Hoya was 40. And I know Oscar De La Hoya wasn't 40 because he wasn't even 40 when he fought Pacquiao, which was his last fight. See, I know this stuff. Y'all don't know shit about boxing. And again, people, oh, this shouldn't count as 50. But you have people who fight pro debuts. I showed you Sor Rungvisai. He fought so many guys in Thailand that were on their pro debut. And he still beat Chocolatito. You know what I mean? So, that's what it boils down to. A lot of y'all don't know shit about boxing. You don't even know. See, that's what I hate is the fake outrage. I'm not claiming to be Burt Sugar, where I know everything about fighters from every, you know, I mean, 1915s and 1920s and all this before. I never said that. I do know like classic people and stuff. You know, like the original Kid Chocolate and people like that, Emil Griffin. But I'm not saying I know everything about everybody, but neither do y'all. A lot of y'all don't know shit about Rocky Marciano. You don't know who he fought. You don't know who he beat. Like Floyd said, I don't know who you beat. I don't know who you lost to. You don't know who Rocky Marciano beat. I don't know who you beat. I don't know who you lost to. But y'all mad. Oh, it shouldn't count as 50. But he can fight. Rocky Marciano can knock out a 40-year-old Archie Moore, 38, whatever the fuck age he was. Right? Don't do it to it. Thank you for the super chats. Y'all don't know shit about boxing. Some of y'all do though. You know what I mean? Oh, 49 and 43 knockouts. I mean, that's cool. But it also depends on who you beat. Because does anyone really think a heavyweight that's 5'10" and a half would exist in this era of heavyweights? Put him in there with Deontay Wilder or Anthony Joshua, and he's 5'10" and a half. You like Golovkin's height. Put him in there with Wilder. See what happened. You know what I mean? It's just different times. And I'm not trying to shade Marciano, but you cannot be a heavyweight and be this size anymore. Klitschko will murder you. Klitschko's 6'6", 260, 242. Joshua, he weighed like 260 something versus Klitschko. 6'6". Wilder's 6'7". Tyson Fury's big ass like 6'10", 6'11". You will get destroyed at 5'10 and a half. And you were a heavyweight. Yeah, he was a heavyweight. You know what I mean? All these dudes was little. Look at these little ass gloves. They look like batting gloves and shit. He wearing fucking Bo Jackson batting gloves. Yeah, of course you're gonna knock motherfuckers out with that. The fuck? Do you guys see these gloves? This look like some shit Batman would wear or something. Gloves ain't got no padding. Of course you're gonna knock people out like that. And the gloves were different. Gloves were there to just really protect you from breaking your hands. So, you know what I'm saying? Imagine Canelo in these, Golovkin in these. They knocking people out with bigger gloves, 10s. These oven mitts, you know what I mean? Of course you're gonna knock people out. So you gotta really understand and respect the sport. I'm not dissing the legend, 49-0, because Rocky Marciano paved the way, but again, y'all don't even know what he did. And you look at his opponents, like, again, Archie Moore had a good record, but he was like almost 40. 66-11, 85-11, 85. Floyd can't even fight Berto. Berto don't have 51 wins and 17 losses. Berto got probably, at the time he fought Floyd, he probably had like 3 losses. 24-14, 105-41. I mean, the whole game was different back then. 13-15. Imagine if Floyd fought someone who was 4-14-3. 4-14-3. Who the fuck is this? Harold Mitchell, hardcore rapper, but he's glossy. Who is that? But you talking about Floyd's fight shouldn't count for 50. Floyd didn't fight nobody at this level of his, like, this is in the 30s or 40s. You know what I mean? He's fighting guys 8-1, 4-14-3. Floyd didn't fight nobody like that late in his career. 56-20. 63-49-9. How do you even have that many draws? 7-10, 9-5, 4-9. Look, 0-1, 3-2, 1-4. Debut, 15-0. Y'all casuals getting slaughtered because y'all don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So, like, see, this is the thing. I'm like forensic files. You tell me something, I'm gonna investigate it. I'm gonna do the research, do the proper research. So if you're saying Floyd shouldn't count because Conor was 0-0, then Rocky Marciano, his debut was also the debut of another fighter. A couple fights later, it was a debut. And he fought a guy who was 0-1. Why did any of those fights count? The guy was 0-1. The guy was 3-2-0. You know what I mean? Guys with 45 losses. Why do any of those fights count? Do you think if Floyd fought somebody, hold on. So honestly, see, DiGiorno's back. He making pizzas now. If Floyd fought somebody that was 9-9-0, 63-49-9, 24-6, you know what I mean? Those are cool records. 22-20, 22-11, 30-18, 66-57-10, 8-8-1. Per his division, if he fought somebody that, not heavyweight, but if he fought someone in his division with them records, would Floyd beat them? Honestly, do you think Floyd would beat them? You guys are getting bodied. So how the fuck can Floyd's 50th fight not count? But all these Rocky Marciano 43, 39-9 fights count. Guys with losing records, guys with half and half records. I call them Skittle records. You know why? Because look at them. Taste the rainbow. Taste it. Do you see all these fucking colors? Taste the rainbow. Taste the rainbow. That's a Skittles record. Taste the rainbow. And he wearing batting gloves. Taste the rainbow. Do you think Floyd would lose to anybody like that? 17-9-1, 9-15-1, 4-9-0, 8-5-0, 1-4-0, 4-2-0. So if you say Floyd, this shouldn't count for number 50, then why do any of these fights count? Because who the fuck are they? And then you look at the best names on Rocky Marciano's record, and it's dudes that are 37 to 40 years old. It's not looking good for y'all. Oh yeah, I forget. The other thing is this. They got slayed. Of course they got slayed. This is what I do. So I don't want to hear, oh, you should battle this. If your channel ain't popping, why would I battle you? You know what I'm saying? But this is the other thing. This is how you can always spot the hate. Because I'm not no hater. We get money. I don't hate. I'm telling you facts. I'm showing you. A hater is not going to show you nothing. They're just going to tell you everything. But this is how you know, and this is how you spot the fake. It's like counterfeit money. If you dealt with real money, you know what a counterfeit is going to look like. You're like, okay, this $100 bill is supposed to have a blue ribbon right here, and it's supposed to have a hologram when you hold it to the sun. But if you don't know shit about money, you broke, then you probably don't know what a counterfeit. They could put a picture of fucking anybody on there, Uncle Buck, and you'd be like, oh yeah, I'll accept it. You gotta know. You know what I mean? Call an ambulance because you're killing them. But this, I'm gonna give you guys a little tidbit. All the people are like, this shouldn't count 50. No, I just showed you Rocky Marciano's record, and the best names on his record that we can all know, I mean, the Archie Moores and Ezra Charles and stuff, were 40, close to 40 or close to, right? But I'm gonna explain to you this too. If Floyd Mayweather went in there with Conor McGregor, 0-0, Mr. 0-0, Mr. You'll do fucking nothing and fuck the Mayweathers and all that, right? And he knocked Floyd out, would it count as 49-1? Abso-fucking-lutely it would. They would be saying, Floyd, your record is 49-1. And all them shirts would be justified because Floyd got knocked the fuck out, right? So, let me connect the dots for you. How is Floyd's record negatively affected because he got knocked out, making it 49-1? But if he beats Conor, then it shouldn't count for number 50. Boom, y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. But see, again, you guys don't look at what you say from start to finish, and really, I'm a philosophical, analytical type of person. Coffin season. So it doesn't work. Like I tell you all the time, you can't have your cake and eat it too. So if Floyd would have got knocked the fuck out, it would have been 49-1. Nobody would have said, oh, but this motherfucker was 0-0. They would have been like, Floyd no longer has an O because he got stretched, right? So how can it only negatively impact Floyd if he were to lose? But under the same boxing rules, if he were to win, it should not count. You see how stupid that sounds? That doesn't even make sense. So if you win, it don't count. But if you lose, it counts. Too much logic. Too much sauce. Y'all can't fuck with me. What did Bane say? I'm the bane of boxing. Theatricality! I am Gotham's reckoning. Theatricality and deception. Powerful agents to the uninitiated. Perhaps he's wondering why someone would shoot a man before throwing him from a plane. You think darkness is your ally? I am boxing's reckoning. Perhaps Floyd's 50th should not count. It would merely count if Conor were to win. Do you think darkness is your ally? Y'all can't fuck with Bane. When Gotham is ashes, you have my permission to die. Hey, Bane was tripping. The guy was like, hey man, I'm in charge. Do you feel in charge? Rocky Marciano at a 49-0. Similar to Floyd. killing y'all motherfuckers. Thank you for the super chats. I'm Bane. Thank you for tuning in. But like I said, that's how you can always spot the fake. You gonna say if Floyd gets knocked out, it counts, but if he wins, it don't count. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So it only works one way. You know what I mean? Imagine, let's say you're playing a game of basketball. You're playing 21. First one to 21 points wins, right? And if I beat you, nothing happens. But if you beat me, I have to give you my car. That doesn't even make sense. Like, how are we going to play a game of basketball where there's something at stake for both of us? But only if you win is there a prize. But if I win, then I don't get your car. I don't get any prize. I just won. You know, that doesn't even make sense. But that's what y'all dummies try to say. Oh, this shouldn't count as 50. No way, man. Rocky Marciano. But look at Rocky's record. Hold on, man. Who is Gilbert? Cardone. Bob Jefferson. Jimmy Weeks. Bobby Quinn. Who is this? Dan Bilzerian? Who is this? His dad? Who's Humphrey Jackson? I don't know any motherfucker named Humphrey. That's like an old name. Like, you know what I'm saying? You had, let me check. Let me check it. He had to be born like a long time ago to be named Humphrey. They don't even have his birthday. That's how long ago he was born. And look at his record. 4-3, and he got knocked out twice. I ain't never met a Humphrey. Do y'all know anybody named Humphrey? Like, I never popped at a chick like, yeah, my man wants to meet you. Like, oh, what's his name? Humphrey. My boy Humphrey, he wanna holler at your friend. Y'all trying to leave? I'm like, who the fuck is Humphrey? Let me stop, man, because of, someone said a homeless guy. Fuck around, get a girl pregnant. I'm like, what you want to name the son? Humphrey? Oh, fuck. Child molester named Humphrey? Wow, y'all tripping. That's funny, though. But, yeah. DiGiorno. Who is that? He making pizzas. Humphrey. Humphrey and DiGiorno. Like, who you beat? Humphrey, DiGiorno. It's not delivery. It's DiGiorno. Y'all think I'm bullshitting. Rocky Marciano literally fought Tommy DiGiorno. This is in 1949. He fought DiGiorno. You better make my my stuffed crust pizza. I need some extra marinara sauce. Who is Tommy DiGiorno? He tried to get into the mafia and they wouldn't let him, so he started making pizzas. It's not delivery. It's DiGiorno. He wearing the baseball gloves like Michael. Remember when Michael Jordan went to the Sox? He wearing them same gloves. Y'all can't fuck with the realness. Talking about, oh, it shouldn't count for 50. But if Floyd gets stretched, it count. Okay. He can fight Humphrey. And that count. Humphrey count. But another fighter that's bigger than, way bigger than Floyd, that don't count. Okay. See, I thought I was joking. Look. See, when Michael Jordan was with the Sox, look at the gloves. He got them Wilsons on. Rocky Marciano had them same Wilsons, see? Y'all think it's a game, man. Rocky Marciano wearing the same batting gloves. Same gloves. Of course you're gonna get knockouts with these. With these. He got 2 condoms on his head. Some Magnums, they black. Y'all need to get out of my face now with this whole Rocky Marciano shit. That's the thing, man. People, this new generation, these millennials, they don't know. They act like they know. They've heard the name Rocky Marciano, but you don't know what he did. You don't know his accomplishments. You don't know who he beat. Again, I'm not trying to hate on a legend, but I'm just telling you the times were different. Do you guys know how the term cab driver came about? Huh? Do you guys know how the boxing term cab driver came into fruition? Oh shit, Rocky Marciano fought in Frisco. Alright, I'm gonna tell you because I'm about to get out of here. The term cab driver came about because sometimes people like Ray Robinson would like threaten to pull out of fights, and they were fighting so frequently to make ends meet and stuff like that. So a lot of people that fought, they couldn't sustain a lifestyle purely from boxing. It's not like now, like Danny Garcia, only person he fought is Keith Thurman. He's, he made a good paycheck, so he don't have to fight the rest of this year. It's not like that back in the day. They weren't making these social media age paychecks. But anyway, a lot of these people had odd jobs, like they're cooks and literally taxi cab drivers and shit like that, in addition to being a fighter. So no doubt that that had to be a hard time. The world was different. You had to deal with like segregation and the civil rights movement, and I'm sure life was hard. You're trying to make ends meet and just dealing with the nation. Maybe even the Great Depression, depending on how old you are and stuff like that. But a lot of those people had actual odd jobs as cab drivers or did whatever they can. Like when Van Damme, he moved from Belgium or France or whatever, came to the States to pursue acting. Van Damme was a bouncer. He was driving cabs. He was a pizza delivery guy. He was in the movie Breaking'. See, y'all don't know shit like that. I know shit. Jean-Claude Van Damme was in the dancing movie, the breakdancing movie Breaking', the first one. There's this scene. He was in The Predator, and then they fired him. So he wasn't in the final cut. They replaced him with that tall-ass dude. But he was the initial Predator. He was the initial guy in the Predator suit. Y'all don't know shit like that because y'all don't study culture and stuff before you. But that's why you get the term cab driver, because some of them motherfuckers was really cab drivers and really working odd jobs and late replacements, and they would fight for paychecks. So the whole game was different then. The time was different. Bottom line, Floyd set all the records. He came up in the time he came up, and he made it do what he do. And he beat more champions, former world champions and stuff like that. Everybody went, oh, Rocky Marciano. Like, you like him because his name is Rocky, just like the movie Rocky Balboa. You don't really know about Rocky Marciano. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. People just know the names, so they want to, oh, Rocky. But I'm going to tell you that real. Bert Sugar said the same thing. He said, like, Rocky fought a lot of older people past prime. You know what I mean? Floyd fights a guy younger than him, like Berto. It's the end of the world. But Rocky Marciano, in his last 3 and 4 fights, he fought a guy 66-11-1, 85-11-1, 85-10-1, 53-3. Oh, actually, I read this because he rematched. There was a rematch. 51-17. Yeah, man. And like I said, he's a heavyweight that's 5'10.5", so he's definitely tough to not be stopped. And who knows how big his opponents were. Shout out to Dwayne B, $2 super chat. Under million buys, Triple G, Canelo. I think he could do over 1 million. I would say 1.1 to 1.4. You know what I mean? Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz did 1.4, 1.5 or so. So I think it could be, I think maybe under that, because Conor is a promoter. He's a self-promoter more so than Triple G and Canelo. Canelo doesn't speak a whole lot of English to get the people hyped up. And then the Cotto Canelo fight did under 1 million, like 900 something. Anyway, I'm about to get out of here. It's been real. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for listening. We working though. That's basically what it is. Canelo Triple G will not do 2.6 million. I don't see that at all. y'all just be saying whatever. Like I told you, I am Boxingego. Y'all like people be wondering how like Ego Stradamus strikes and how I'm right with a lot of predictions and stuff like that. And it's this. It's merely this. It's like putting together the facts, being well informed, and looking at probability and taking my best pick. Shout out to Baltimore. That's what it is. It's like using all the information available and trying to put it all together. Ego Stradamus. And like someone just said, Canelo Triple G will do 2.6 million. So that would be over Floyd Mayweather and Canelo, which broke the De La Hoya Live Gate amount of revenue. And that fight had Lucas Matisse and Danny Garcia on the card. This pay-per-view has no fight even comparable, aside from the main event. But I'm saying none of the undercard fights are even remotely close to Danny Garcia versus Lucas Matisse. So how the fuck is Canelo Triple G gonna beat Mayweather Canelo's record by 400,000? Like, where's the logic? Now, if it did it, great, and I'll be like, oh fuck, it did something I didn't think it could do. But where's the logic in that? Especially looking at Golovkin's past numbers. Golovkin with Daniel Jacobs and his fight with Lemieux both did under 200,000. Listen to me, under 200,000. So even though it's a threat for Canelo and it's a good fight, the undercard's not strong enough for me to believe that it's a great fight, the main event. And then they have top talent like that are coming up. My dude Ryan Garcia, Marlon Esparza, but they're building their profiles. There's no Danny Garcia Lucas Matisse fight on the undercard. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, damn, that Lucas Matisse, you guys have to understand, Lucas Matisse, Danny Garcia on the Canelo fight card, which only did 2.3 million. That is that's a main event in itself. They could have fought. Danny Garcia could have been his own Showtime thing. That could have been a main event, sold out the Barclays or came close, or, you know what I mean, did good, and that's that. And that was all on the Mayweather-Canelo card. So I really don't see Canelo Triple G doing 2.6. Again, you guys got to be reasonable, especially when Mayweather, like, I have the Cody. I don't front. You know what I'm saying? I have the Cody thing. Sometimes I buy the fight. Sometimes it depends on what the fight is. You know what I mean? Sometimes I go to other people's house that are buying the fight. Different things like that. But I don't know if the Cody shit was really popping back then when Mayweather fought Canelo. So the timing's a little bit different. Man, we should be at like 200 likes. If you're in the stream and you haven't hit the like button, please do so. That I went on long. We should probably be at like 200 likes or better by now. Hit that like button in the stream. Smash that like button. If you support what I'm doing, you support the work, the information. No, I don't have any family in Jersey. I've never been to Jersey either. Only New York. So yeah, I don't know. I don't see Canelo Triple G really doing over 1.5. To be honest, I don't see it doing over that. But shit, if it does, great. I don't think the promotion's been that strong for it so far. I really actually expected the promotions to be better. Top 5 comedians? Ooh, I don't know. Maybe Eddie, Richard Pryor, and Martin. Maybe. But I mean, there's a lot of people I love Dave Chappelle. Jerry Seinfeld's funny. I mean, I like different people. Like, I like Seinfeld, the show. And I've seen some of Jerry Seinfeld's stand-up. But, so, you know what I mean? It depends. Like, what we talking? Because, like, Jamie Foxx, I like Jamie Foxx's stand-up. I like his movies. Nah, I wouldn't say Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's not in my all-time. I mean, he's funny, but he's not, I don't know. It's different. Dane Cook, his old shit was really funny to me. I like Dane Cook a lot. Joe Rogan and Brendan Schaub, I never really even heard their stuff. I was actually surprised when I found out they were doing a comedy. I didn't even know. Brendan Schaub, he was funny when he was saying that Conor was going to stop Floyd and all that. That shit was funny. So maybe he is one of my top comedians. Yeah, that was the real comedy, saying that Conor had a chance versus Floyd. And all the people in the boxing world are going to eat their words and don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And when Nate Diaz ran up, that shit was funny too. Skip Bayless, he's an idiot. Who's the better promoter, Floyd or Conor? I don't know. I would probably say it's like equivalent. They're equivalent dance partners. Floyd did what he does well, and Conor did what he does well, and they met in the middle. So to me, it's about even. Floyd's been doing it a little bit longer. Conor's kind of in prime with his trash talking. So I just feel like they were the perfect fit to make all this money because they were like equivalent to each other, similar. Floyd is no doubt the smarter businessman because he got about that top rank contract for like the low under. Listen to this. This is the ultimate flip. You buy yourself out of your contract for like $750,000, and then you go on to do consecutive crazy numbers, and even in your Robert Guerrero Maidana fights, you're getting $32 million guaranteed, and then your bigger fights with Canelo, you got a lot on the back end. The Pacquiao fight, the Conor fight, you got $100 million guaranteed, and all you got to do is buy yourself out of your contract for under $1 million. That's a hell of a flip. Even if he paid $1 million, to get out of his contract, he made $32 million for Guerrero. That's a flip right there. Times $32 million guaranteed, times Canelo, Guerrero, and 2 Maidanas. $32 million times 4, plus he got more money than $32 million versus Canelo because it did extremely well. $200 million paychecks guaranteed versus Pacquiao and McGregor. I mean, yeah, I heard that teed off shit from Brendan Schaub. We're 2 likes away from 200. Yeah, Floyd always sees the bigger picture. He knew Conor couldn't fuck with him in boxing, and he knew Conor had the persona that made people believe that he could, and he had the height advantage and weight advantage. He looked, you know what I mean, like walk around weight is bigger, and he's a fighter. So he knew he could make a historic event, rob the bank, and put together like a weird event and hybrid that would make people curious. And Floyd knows, I'm telling you, it's like thug life. It's like, he knows that people are booing and paying him. That's why I keep saying he can't fight for you. The fans can't fight for you. Talking don't win fights because he knows all of that. You know what I mean? And he uses that hate and all the people that want to see him lose, and he uses it to max out, which is very smart. I'll do the same thing. Like, so if anybody on YouTube wants to hate me and is going to give me more money, have at it. Hate me. As long as Google, YouTube keep sending these checks, we good. So if you don't like what I'm saying, you hate me and all that, great. If you fuck with me and you rock with the movement, I respect you and I support you and thank you. But if you want to hate me, hit the dislike button. That's what I'm saying. Do you understand? I don't get paid off of likes or dislikes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just what it is. 1 million people can dislike the video, but if they're watching it, I'll still get paid from it. 6.5 million is bananas, B. Someone says it's just a thrown out number from Dana White. Well, I mean, he's the president of UFC, so, I mean, I don't know why he would be throwing out some random number with no knowledge. You know what I mean? But like I told you before, we'll wait and see. I mean, put it this way. Listen, if this beats Pacquiao in any capacity, then it's a success. If it even comes close to Pacquiao, because Pacquiao was the actual fighter of the decade and guy with more fights than Floyd and had the southpaw style and power. So if Floyd was able to corral a guy with a loud mouth like Conor McGregor, who is a fighter, who can scrap in the UFC, and was able to parlay that and finesse the fucking game into any type of number. If it did 1 million, to me is a success, because nobody else is doing 1 million in boxing right now. There's not been any pay-per-view fights other than Floyd. Even Floyd, some of his fight with Berto, his fight with Maidana, that didn't do over 1 million. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if he made 1.5 million, that's a success to me, because he took a fight that real hardcore boxing fans and boxing purists and specialists and people like myself, we knew it was going to happen. We just watched it just for the unforeseen and the curiosity aspect. So if you got 2 million, if you got 3 million, 4 million, it doesn't have to even be 6.5. If it's 6.5, then that's obviously better for them, because they'll make more money on the back end. I don't give a fuck, because I don't see any of that money. Like, you know what I mean? I don't, if it did 6.5 million or 300,000, it doesn't change my bank account. See, you sound like a hater. T-Mobile only had 14,000 people. It holds 20,000. Who gives a fuck? If you make it, don't, money is money. So if there were, let's say there's 2,000 empty seats, right? 4,000 empty seats. But if it did 6.5 million, and globally and around the world 6.5 million people turned into the fight and tuned into the fight in order to fight, it doesn't matter, because those people worldwide will make up for those 3,000, 4,000 seats or whatever it is. That's some hate shit, because again, you'll still make, okay, listen to me. That's like y'all don't, I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all want to do this YouTube shit, whatever your niche is or whatever, you can do it. Put your mind to it, be passionate, be consistent. But there are challenges being a business owner and having a small business. You have to push yourself, and you have to be self-motivated, and you have to understand business. Some of the people that are putting comments like now, you don't understand business, so you probably wouldn't succeed. And I'm not hating you. I mean, you can prove me wrong, whoever left that comment. If you think you could do what I do and make it on YouTube, then cool. But I'm telling you, you got to understand business. And you got to look at it like, let's say Beyonce has a concert, right? And the venue holds, like you said, 20,000 people, and only 15,000 people show up. So that's 5,000 empty seats somewhere in the arena, right? Simple math. She already filled up 15,000 people, so that's ticket sales and merchandise and all that. But let's say her album sells worldwide and is globally and streaming on Tidal and all this shit like that, and is doing 6.5 million streams and physical copy sales, then guess what? Beyonce's making a whole lot of money. You think she cares that 5,000 empty seats at her concert? That's like simple mathematics. It doesn't matter. And then if you really know anything about business, the reason the tickets didn't sell out is because they probably were overpriced for certain seats. The certain seat, because I was in the T-Mobile, you know what I mean? And it was probably certain seats that were overly priced didn't sell out, and people couldn't afford that because they were trying to, you know what I mean, guaranteed make their money. So of course, you know what I mean, people don't have for one night. You know what I mean? And they don't know what type of fight it's going to be. Conor might get disqualified. Imagine if you spent 100,000 for one ticket, 200,000 for your 2 tickets with your date. You know what I mean? And then the fight ended in a weird way, like Victor Ortiz, or disqualification. You'd be pissed. You know what I mean? So I'm glad Floyd fought like he fought, because it entertained people, and I haven't really heard any bad remarks about the fight being boring and running and all that bullshit. So you guys have to understand business. You more than make up. If it did 6.5 million like Dana White is saying, you more than make up for a couple empty seats. Because look at it like this. The flip side is this. The fight was fixed. You're blocked. I don't have time for the dumb stuff. You gotta look at the flip side. They're saying Canelo Triple G is sold out, which I don't think is the case, because someone just sent me a screenshot of them trying to order tickets. But whatever. Let's say it is sold out. So they filled the place to capacity, but if it doesn't do 6.5 million and it does, let's say, 950,000, which fight would you rather be? You'd rather be the fight that had 4,000 open seats available still, but it did 6.5 million globally, or would you rather be the fight that does 950,000 globally, but the venue was sold out? The venue is like more guaranteed money because it's like, okay, you have to pay money for the ticket. The back end money is the pay-per-view sales. But if you smash the back end money, then again, you more than make up for empty seats. Is very simple, you know what I mean? And like I said, if let's say even if Canelo, like I said, the venue being sold out, that don't mean, okay, Golovkin sold out tons of venues. Danny Jacobs was pretty much sold out. I was there in the venue in Madison Square Garden, pretty much sold out. But it did 200, less than two. It did like 150,000, 96,000 pay-per-view buys, which is trash. So that's great that they got the upfront money for the ticket sales, but the event worldwide barely did any numbers. You know what I mean? Canelo versus Angulo did better than that. Canelo Lara did better than that. So that's great for the people in New York, or the people who live in a proximity to New York, Philly, or Jersey, or travel from California that could see the fight live. But as an event, you make more money if you kill it on the back end. So someone, oh, but it was empty seats. That don't matter. And again, the empty seats are because people probably couldn't afford those tickets. Because if you know anything about concerts, the cheap seats always go first. Not the nosebleeds, but you know what I mean, the decently priced seats. Anyway, I'm out. It's been real. Hit the like button. We the future. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Crazy numbers. Floyd definitely changed the game. Thank you for the super chats, your attention, your comments, even the hate. All that motivates me. So appreciate it. You guys have a good day. Peace out.